The train stopped running through High Springs many years ago, and now work is being done to make sure they will never again. Florida Department of Transportation workers are tearing up the tracks where they cross Main Street. TV20's Nico Clemens reports residents are making sure the railroad's legacy will never be forgotten.
Paige, trains haven't passed through High Springs since 2011. The tracks are no longer functional, and it's time for the town to say goodbye to them.
It's going to improve traffic flow at this intersection.
Main Street in downtown High Springs is under construction all this week as Florida Department of Transportation is removing the railroad tracks and signals. In addition, Main Street will be repaved and the sidewalk repaired. Detours have been set up and police officers are assisting with the flow of traffic.
Some of the residents have complained about the condition of the road at the tracks, and so that's why they're taking the tracks up and repaving the road so it'll be a smoother road. The closure began this morning and is expected to reopen this Friday. Tracks have been here for 130 years when the Savannah, Florida and Western Railroad began service to the area. As many businesses are familiar with the history of High Springs, most aren't worried about the effect removing the tracks could have.
I don't anticipate it impacting my business at all.
One business is benefiting from this project. The High Springs Historical Society and Museum are taking some of the railroad tracks and lights and placing them on display.
We want to preserve the history of High Springs. These crossings have been here for years, which originally part of the original railroad. It's one of the biggest hubs in this area, and we just want to preserve it.
Museum President Bob Watson and Vice President Jim Dijksterhouse say they've been given permission to take the remaining elements of the railroad for their museum. This day is one they'll never forget.
Well, we're disappointed that the railroad's leaving. I mean, that was an integral part of the history of High Springs.
The roadway will reopen early if the work is completed ahead of schedule, but could last longer if it rains. You can call 1-888-558-1518 to find out where FDOT is on construction. Nico Clemens, TV20 News.